My name is Ramiro Hernandez Jr., security guard at West High School, former MMA fighter. Did that for a lot of years, but now I just work at West High School.
How long had you worked as a security guard, and how you describe it in your own words?
Well, I was a security guard at some nightclubs as a bouncer for many years. I've been a security guard here at West for 2 years, but I've worked for the district for 3 years, so I'm going into my 4th year right now.
All right. What other interesting positions you had in the past besides working as a security guard and a former MMA fighter, if there are any?
Well, kind of coming up with fighting. I took a lot of, different jobs. So, I've done a lot of stuff. I was a scaffolder for a while. I did pipe installation. I even went as far as to go and try to work for Kirby. I was just always trying to really focus on my career and not have a plan B. I really wanted to just have a plan A and focus on that and make it happen. I did really well while I was fighting. So I've had, various jobs. They were cool. I met a lot of nice people. I really like what I do here at West High School, though.
Cool. According to my research, you are from the Muscatine area, correct?
Yeah, Muscatine, Iowa. What, 5'6", throw it up.
Was your childhood neighborhood a good environment or a bad environment? As what I mean is, were there any drug addicts or dealers or gangs or any crime going from burglary to murder?
Well, I'm from 8th and Mulberry, between Mulberry and Cedar, living on 8th Street, a really busy street in Muscatine for, the small town that it is. But, Mulberry is probably the roughest part of town. I don't know about it so much now. I've lived up here for about 10 years. My parents still live on the same street, so I go down and visit often. I see things in the news, I hear things. So it is a little rougher part of town, but, I don't know, I grew up rough, but it kind of made me who I am today, so I'm thankful for my upbringing, and, I just didn't participate in the activities, the negative activities, I should say.
That sounds good. You obviously spent a decade as an MMA fighter. What people inspired you to become a fighter?
Really, I just did it because, I wanted to make my mom and dad, proud of me. I was a trouble child, got into some trouble, at a young age. So I just wanted to really do something to make them proud, and that was kind of my niche. I was good at it. I wasn't good at basketball, I wasn't good at football. I tried out for those sports. Wasn't good at baseball. But again, I did try. I just wasn't very good at them. But I found that I was pretty good at fighting. I used to fight in school sometimes, fight on the streets, obviously small neighborhood. Want to be the biggest man on the block. So I found out that I was pretty good at fighting.
Interesting note that, as you said, you weren't into football, and you said basketball too?
Yeah, I tried a lot of different things.
Well, that's the next question.
Yeah.
Other than martial arts, are there any other sports that you find yourself enjoying? Obviously not football and basketball.
Yeah, no, I enjoy them. I watch them. I like greatness. I'll watch tennis if it's a competitive game. But I did try a lot of stuff. I just wasn't very good at them. I'm not athletic. I can't run high, run fast. I can't jump high. I can't throw very far. But I got these things, and that's what really got me forward in my life.
During your MMA career, are there any particular fighter you consider your favorite?
I like Anderson Silva's. I looked up to a lot of guys. I trained in Militich Fighting Systems. There's a lot of guys to look up to. Pat Militich himself. Spencer Fisher's, the Jens Pulvers. Jens Pulver and me have had, many good sparring sessions. I learned a lot. Probably forgot a lot because of it, but I had a lot of guys that I looked up to. My favorite fighters today, I would say, I like Khabib Nurmagomedov. He's a good wrestler. His style's good. That grinding style. I like Conor McGregor. I like their fighting styles. I just don't like all the trash talk and the hype that people do to sell the pay-per-views. I just like fighting. I don't like the gimmicks.
Are there any fighter you dislike for a good reason?
Yeah, like I said, anybody that tries to portray this image of themselves that they're trash talking, they're talking down the opponent. Like I said, no arrogance in victory, no excuses in defeat, man. And it's all about respect in there. Two people into the cage, and for myself, I would always just carry myself respectfully, and I gave my opponent respect inside and outside the cage. I mean, I want us to enter the cage and leave the same way, healthy and with all of our limbs and nothing broken. So yeah, I just don't like the trash talking. That's my thing that I can say that I don't like is guys trash talking other people, negative talking about their mom or their dad or whoever else, man. It's about the fight and your skill level. It's not about anything else.
What are your words for both the rookies in MMA or those who want to be fighters?
My advice is to really enjoy the amateur ranks and try not to live like a professional too soon, man. A lot of guys do this training camp thing, and I never had a training camp. You know, I never went and roasted marshmallows or pitched a tent. You know, I just went to practice every day and tried to get better. I mean, don't fight locally every time. I know a lot of guys do. You know, they like to stay in their hometown to sell the tickets and get the T-shirts and all this other stuff. But man, you take the same amount of risk fighting in your backyard as you do going to Oklahoma or Kansas or anywhere in the region, or even going far. You know, my fourth amateur fight was in Richmond, Virginia. The first time I ever had been on a plane. Those experiences I'll take with me for a lifetime. So the money I made on the ticket sales and the T-shirt sales and stuff like that is all irrelevant because that's all gone now. It's about the experience that I made and the memories that I can't replace.
With you obviously retired, do you still hope they continue your legacy, like have you featured in a M&A video game?
You know, I mean, I think I did enough, and I'm syndicated, you know, obviously with videos online and, you know, the news articles and stuff that have been written about me that are out there. You know, I don't really like to talk about myself and tell other people about what I did and what I accomplished. A lot of students here at West find out that I fall. You know, my ears look funny, my eyebrows kind of cut, my nose might be a little off-center. So they kind of know that I did something, that I've been in a few scraps. I don't really like to brag about myself. So to continue my legacy, you know what I mean? What's going to continue my legacy now is my daughter. Her name's Ariana Jade. She's 6 months old. She's my whole heart, and that's how, you know, whenever I go, that's how I'll live on, is through her.
Last question, do you play video games, and if you do, what consoles do you own?
No, I don't play any video games. I don't have any time. You know, I work here and I work another job, so I work a lot. I spend as much time as I can with my daughter. You know, I relax when I can. You know, read a lot. You know, and just try to talk to as many people as I can and get to know them and leave people in the world and every situation that I'm in better than when it was after I leave, before I got there. You know what I mean? So that's really just my main focus is anybody that comes in contact with me is better after that, and any, you know, setting that I'm in is just, you know, better because I was there. You know, I'm signing out right now. You know, again, I'm retired. My advice, you know, is obviously in the video for the young guns. Like I said, I like what I do, making an impact in the youth's life. I thank Kyle for doing this interview with me. It's kind of flattering, but you know, again, just stay up, 5'6", 3, stand up.